Welcome to the Sacial Mission Revolution. Each week we explore some of the greatest undertold stories of businesses and everyday people who are making their ultimate impact on the world through social mission. This is Sacial Mission Revolution, and this is your host, Andrea Putting. Welcome to another episode of the Sacial Mission Revolution podcast. Today I'm here with Tiziana de Franceshi and her beautiful daughter, Crystal. So, Tiziana, I'd love to hear a little bit about you and Crystal. Can you share with us to introduce yourself?
Well, first of all, thank you, Andrea, for allowing me to do this podcast with you and have a conversation. Like you said, I'm Tiziana, and this is my beautiful daughter, Crystal. And Crystal's got Down syndrome, and she's 21. And we live together, and we how can I say, we do quite a lot together. You know, to me, I have 4 children. Crystal's my baby. And I have twins. They're 27, 2 boys. And I have another daughter, Monique. She is 23. And Crystal's 21. And I've got a beautiful granddaughter who's also 2.
Lovely.
And that's me as a mum. Then I'm also I have a business that I have. I've been in hospitality all my life, really. And one day Crystal decided to, she said, Mum, I want to work and I like what you do, so how can I do it too? And so I thought, well, I thought about it. I had a little cafe before the restaurant that I've got at the moment. And that was a little place, only had 6 tables. And Crystal was coming down and giving me a hand with that as well. And a few of her friends used to come along, and and I looked at them all, and I thought, you know what? I said, I think we can do better than this. Instead of just, having Crystal on board, I can maybe include more, people with disability, with that want to work, really, that don't just want to get up and go to events, and because that's what I noticed was happening. They were like, activities here, activities there, and I thought, this is confusing for me as a normal person. I thought it can't be very good, but anyway. And then some of her friends told me, yes, we would love to work with you as well. So I thought, okay, let me find a big enough place that I can employ more and teach them and be inclusive. And because so what I did, the first thing I did was get Crystal on board, and even at the cafe that we had, and I noticed that she's capable of anything, she's just, whatever you can do, she can do too. That's my logo, my thinking of Crystal. And she's proved it to me many, many times. And, she's 21. She's been to university, university, isn't it?
It was TAFE.
TAFE. She's been to TAFE. She's done it at Holmesglen in Moorabbin. She wanted to have a Deb. She's had 2 Debs. She wanted a boyfriend. She's had a few boyfriends, and now she's got another one that he's wonderful too, Sebastian. And Sebastian also has Down syndrome. And they do quite a lot together, and they have a future. They want to live together, they want to get married, they want to have babies, they want to, travel, and it's possible. Anything is possible, as long as you have parents behind you that understand that, you can, and give them a go. And that's what I'm going to try and do with the restaurant that I purchased now.
Yeah, so that seems to be what your social mission is all about. So let me just go to that question that I'd like to ask is, if there was one thing that you could fight for, what would it be? So how do you define that in your life?
Well, what it would be to, don't think that because, somebody has a disability, they cannot do things, that you expect them to do, because they can. And, give them a go. And, they might not be, I don't know, they might not follow your system the way you want it, but they have their own system and it works,
Yeah.
And to me, even seeing Crystal in the restaurant and the way that she puts, she's very attentive. And one thing that I've learned is Down syndrome I'm talking about, they don't have 101 things going on in their heads like we have. When they focus on one thing, they focus on that one thing. And, someone said to me, if you teach them how you want something done, they actually follow it and they actually do it the way you want it, Instead, like I have some, I've seen some waitresses or whoever, someone that works with me, that you tell them things and they do it their way. Well, I know you know how to do it your way, but this is how I want it done. And it works, and it's the way that we want it here. And these beautiful people do it that way. She's very attentive. She's focused on the way she puts places the glasses, the napkins, and talks to people. She interacts with the people. She gives them their menu, So to me, it's like, give them a go and teach them. Don't think because you see a disability that, oh, no, they cannot, it's not for me.
Yeah.
It is.
It's all about believing that everyone deserves to have that opportunity to develop and show themselves for being living their own potential.
Exactly. And you make them feel so good too, To me,
Absolutely.
It's about, even if they can be at the front door and open your door and see someone, there, that can invite you in, they have a smile. The clients, the customers, they will have a smile and say, oh, wow, look at this, And to me, that is, it's enough. They don't have to be, I don't know, geniuses or whatever, but they are, because, Crystal, my gosh, I see what she does, and I know that they have so much
absolutely
potential,
So, I think that sometimes, they can be the most welcoming kind of people, because I don't know why. You might be able to tell me, Crystal, I'm sure you're always happy, more of a happy person.
Are you a happy person? Yes.
Yeah.
She's got her moods. She's just as normal as you and me. That's what I love about them.
The way that I've seen, from what I've seen, Down syndrome people, is that they are very good at welcoming people. They're very accepting of other people, which makes that difference.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And sitting you down, and and then
hospitality is perfect.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So would you like to tell us more about we got an idea, a little bit of the background of what you're doing, but a little bit more detail about what it is and what you hope to gain out of doing it?
Okay, so what I've decided to do, because when Crystal said to me, Mum, I would love to work in hospitality with you, I thought, okay, instead of one, let's make it many. And so I had to find a place, and I thought I'll find a restaurant. I mean, I've always been in hospitality. I'm Italian. If you're Italian, cooking is part of you. Absolutely. You can't. So to me, it's like, let's find a restaurant, Italian cooking. I love Italian cooking. I speak, I read, I write Italian. I lived in Italy for 10 years. So to me, it's like, okay, let's bring it back to basic. Let's bring it back to, good-hearted Italian foods that I enjoyed and I loved. So if you go overseas and you come back here and you come to a restaurant, you find the same sort of atmosphere, foods, wines, and, love and family connection. you know, because that's what they have overseas. In Italy, you go there and it's all about that. I'm all about that too. I'm always very connected with my family. And so to me, it's like, okay, I found a beautiful restaurant. It's in Brighton, and it's very big. It sits 100 people compared to what I had before. You know, it had before 20 people could fit into it maybe. And I thought, okay, I've got a beautiful room in the back that's got like a function room that people can hire out as well. And I thought I can do some sort of training. And so I thought I'll start bringing on board other, young adults with Down syndrome or mild disabilities, and start training them to, being in the hospitality sector, and include them in my restaurant. So, in a couple of days, that's going to start. I've got 3 coming on board. Crystal's already there. And I said to Crystal, with whatever as well, your skills, you can train as well. So she can become a manager too. And, so it gives her confidence. It gives them all confidence. And I've asked the other kids as well, and they're all excited to come on board and to have somewhere that they can belong to. And so to me, this place that I've got is it's a very big place. I have to fill it up. It's not easy, but I know that with the help of everybody and the community and the families, we can do it. And that's the whole idea is let's get together and do it together. I don't want to be a martyr and be, oh, I've done it. No, we're here to do it together and to show everybody that with a little bit of everybody's help, we can do something.
Yeah. So what you're doing is really helping these young adults to find a purpose in their life, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right.
Which is something I believe is so important. If we don't have purpose in our life, then we just don't feel good about ourselves. We don't feel like we're able to.
Exactly.
It's no good just giving them things to keep them occupied, because that's not giving them that sense of purpose and achievement, is it?
That's right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's let's work together. Me, you, like people come inside the restaurant and they see me and Crystal there. It's just wonderful to see. No one is exempted. And we've got Crystal's dad on board as well. He comes and helps us and gives us a hand as well. Great. So I can't hear you anymore, Andrea.
Oh, okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you hear me?
I can, but not as loud as before.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I need to be able to cut. Because
that's
you
okay.
can't hear me that it doesn't quite from the other.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And is that better? You hear me
that's
better?
it, yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not using this one anymore today. Okay.
Yes, so it's all about including everybody to come on board and give us a hand, really. And let's make it happen, because I'm sick and tired of, I know that there's grants out there and I know this, but at the end of the day, we wait for all these things to happen. Time goes by, and to me, it's like, whatever I can do at the moment to help and to include them, let me start.
Yes, because you can't sit around. If you sit around and wait, then nothing happens, and a whole lifetime's gone by, and these people haven't had the opportunity to shine.
Exactly.
What I also love about what you're doing is that when people come into the restaurant for a meal and they're greeted by beautiful, welcoming people who are very competent at their job, and they have a great evening, they go away and think that, well, hang on, maybe I could employ someone like that in my business. I didn't realise that they were so capable, because they haven't been given that opportunity to see them shine before.
That's right.
And I think that is probably one of the most powerful things about what you're doing.
And that's the whole idea. You know, to me, I see, there was a lady that came in 3 days ago, and she saw Crystal, and she was nearly in tears because she said she had a sister that was 54, 59 years old. I remember, she's not with us anymore. But she said, you know, I love, and she had Down syndrome as well. She goes, Mum was a bit, you know, hesitant about making her go and live by herself and, you know, with her boyfriend. And I said, well, no, Crystal, I'm waiting for the day, you know, I'm going to, yes, say, oh my gosh, but she will go and live on her own and she will have her own life, you know. And she said it, she goes, I love seeing her here and doing what she's doing. She goes, can I come and, you know, give you my help as well, and can I volunteer? And I said, definitely. So, you know, when I'm starting, there's already one volunteer that would like to follow the you know, the young adults and make sure everything, you know, just be a little someone on the side to give me a hand, you know, and that's perfect for me, you know, because I still have to tend to the restaurant. I still have to make sure that everything is flowing the way it should be flowing. And I love all that. And yes, come and volunteer, come and give me a hand. Or if you see what I've got to do here, I can train them, and if they live closer to you, they can come and work with you in the end. You know, the whole idea is for me to show you what is capable of for them to do, and include them. And, you know, and if I can help in any way, you know, they're here. They come and see what they're able to do.
Wonderful. Yeah. It just has so much power in it.
And everyone loves it. Everyone loves coming in and seeing her, you know, and they have a laugh. Yeah. And you should see, Crystal's got so many, you know, so many tips. How many tips has she been getting? Oh, my God. Every night, you know, they adore her. Every night they say, yeah, this is for your daughter. This is for your daughter. And she's like, gimme, 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 you know. She loves it.
A nice little bank account there, aren't you, Crystal?
She has. Your bank account. She said it's for her home to go and live with her boyfriend.
Very nice. That's good. You've got a nice little nest egg happening.
That's it. So, yeah, and pretty soon he will be coming on board as well this week. Tomorrow I'm starting with him. And, you know, just a couple of hours each. That's it. That's all it is. It's not a whole 8-hour day, no.
Yeah.
You know, but it'll work. I know it will work because I believe in it. It's my vision. It's my passion. You know, Crystal, like I said, wanted to work, and I will make it happen.
Yeah, and it's giving them a lot of confidence.
Exactly.
In themselves, that know that they can do the same things as everyone else does, which they know they can do that, but it just gives them that little bit of confidence. And
it does.
Crystal makes resume.
You know, she's at the machine making coffees, and people are like, "Could she make coffees?" I said, "Yes."
I can't.
Well, you can, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it before in Berrendale.
She did it at Berrendale. She taught, you know, there's all these little courses that they do, and that's the other thing. They do many courses, you know, give them a chance. Put them somewhere that, you know, they can show you what they've learned.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what would you think are some of the struggles and things that come along with jumping into something new that no one else is around you is doing? Like, you know, there's something that you believe in and you want to get it out there. What are some of the struggles that happen with that?
The struggles I have more, I mean, it's a beautiful project. Okay, it's a beautiful project that I want to make it flourish. It's more funding, you know, and finding support in some, you know, like I said, because I have to attend the restaurant I have purchased is it's a little bit run down, as in, you know, clientele. I have to build the clientele, and it's in a very beautiful area of Brighton, you know, and so I can't be doing two things at once as much as I would love to, but I'm trying, you know. But when it comes to, you know, more trying to work on this project and having the restaurant at the same time, it needs a lot of funding, you know, that's what it needs, so that I can attend to both. And you know, at the end of the day, it's support, a lot of support. Even and when I say funding, money is one thing, but the other thing is also clients, clientele coming in and supporting it. For me, just that is plenty, because if the restaurant works, this works, So it's a support of the Brighton and Bayside community to come on board, friends, family, and let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So my struggle has been that, having the, advertising and all things like that. But, Rome wasn't built in a day either.
No.
Yes. So I started 7 weeks ago now, and, and I'm trotting along.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving up.
Yes.
As we say, never give up.
Never give up. And it sounds like you're passionate about it, and you've got the reason to keep going with it. It just sounds like a wonderful project
Thank you.
to be really making it happen. What advice would you, if anyone listening had a dream of something to do that they could work with and help other people, what advice would you give them?
As in, to do, in what sense?
Would you advise them to keep going,
Oh, yes. Yeah. My advice would be, just don't be afraid that the disability that someone has, it's a disability. It's not. It's an ability. They might not think the same way that you think. They might not do the same way, but they do it. Absolutely. And they do it better. To tell you the truth, I see Crystal, like I say, and Crystal I say because she's with me. I know mainly Down syndrome, because Crystal's got Down syndrome. So I know this disability. But when you got diagnosed, yes. So, it's not, give them a chance, and don't, even, like I said, by you employing someone, and even just to, doesn't have to be employing them, but just even to bring them on board and give them a sense of purpose, to know that they are going to work, and giving them $20 for that day, they love it. They love it. They feel that they belong in somewhere.
I got power.
Because you do have the power. Yes.
But so important to everybody.
It is for everyone. We're all the same.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah. Well, thank you, Tiziana, for everything that you've shared with us. It's really an inspiring story and gives us something to think about recognising the ability in everybody, which is very important. I really love it, and I want to know about where your restaurant is and the name. So give us a bit of a pitch. Tell us where and when, how people can come along and share the experience of your restaurant.
Yes, I would love it. I would love to, share with as many as I can, because I know that people love seeing all this. My restaurant is in 284 Bay Street. At the moment, it's got a name that I'm changing, so I'm not sure if I should plug that name or the new name. But it's called 90 Secondi, and it's like I said, my new name, which I've just registered, it's called Trattoria Allegria. So it's Trattoria Allegria in 284 Bay Street. And Trattoria means, it's another name for a restaurant in Italy, which means more like homely food and specials that I will decide on the day. We're going to have this, and it's all different. And the wines, I would choose the wine.
So you go back time and time again because you're going to get something different every time you go.
Yes, exactly. So and it's what I decide on the day, like I said. So, and allegria means cheer, happiness. People coming together. So when you cheer, allegria is, first of all, my granddaughter's called Allegra, which I love, and which is happy. And allegria is the same, like happiness, cheerful. And these children, that's what they do. I had to find a name that evolved around them as well. They're happy, they bring joy, and that's what allegria means. Wonderful. So it's a Yeah, so it's a beautiful restaurant, like I said, Italian, traditional Italian foods, imported Italian wines, beautiful desserts, the pizzeria from, a wood oven fire pizza, which is beautiful. And, like I said, come along and see for yourself. It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Wonderful. Well, so we'll put a link with the link for the podcast so that people can click on that and know where to go and contact
Wonderful.
you. And maybe even people like to contact you about the idea they might like to share in how to do something for themselves.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So thank you very much for your time, Tiziana, and especially to you, Crystal, for being the inspiration behind this wonderful project.
I love you. She's my inspiration.
Yes.
No? Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for your
Andrea,
time.
for letting us do this.
This has been the Social Mission Revolution with Andrea Putting. Join me again next week when we'll speak to another social mission revolutionist who will inspire you on your journey to making your ultimate impact on the world.